Hello everyone, and welcome to the last episode of Ender Moons. Through the magic of video editing, or me being good, we're going to 100% the map, make sure all of the endings are in place, and close out the playthrough of probably my favorite game. And we're going to start by wrapping up all of the other collectibles before going to the final boss. Now with with our good friend the Verboten Champion, we should in theory have enough extra jumps in order to make it over here and continue our amazing, wonderful climb. Alright, there we go. Up we go. Alright, we're gonna go here so we get the full. Alright. 800 Furious Blight. Yes. Alright, that's gonna be amazing. Alright. How much Furious Blade? 1200. Okay. We're gonna see if we get some extra Furious Blade along the way, so that way I don't have to actually decide whether or not to upgrade Julius or Elaine. Now we're gonna go to the Verboten Domain spots. Yeah, I think we're gonna go here because I know that there is one. There's a spirit I'm missing that is going to be very important in getting the final one of the upgrade things. The question is, where are they? Do I have the... Okay, good. I have the talisman that heals me on. Ah, here he is. Okay, that actually makes things a lot easier. Also, especially because I have the sword guy, our good old friend Umbral Knight, because he is able to be used underwater, unlike our friend Julius. Okay, that works. We got this guy. That is what I was missing. I just did not go deep enough in this area in order to purify Mr. Fishman. And this is a very important guide. It still didn't clear the area. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, pardon my silence, because I am just very focused on trying to get through this part as reasonably quickly as possible to get all of the last upgrade materials, because I know that the final boss, from my memory, is not one to just mess around with. It is the final boss demands attention. So there's probably going to be a decent chunk of this episode where I am just very quiet because I'm gonna focus really hard on making sure I take care of everything that needs to be done. Alright, so that goes up and out. Alright, so for the sake of time and watching, I am just gonna look some of these up just to make sure everything is all consistent, because personally, or I can just pause it and keep trying to find out. But regardless, you guys will get a nice jump cut, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so I think, yeah, there's the blight that I need. I did need to use a map. I think fighting that enemy probably would have helped. So I have to fall from the elevator, because I was very thoroughly checking all of the sides of the map. So if I go down here, there we go. Stagnant blight. Perfect. Alright, we are going to go back to a respite because goodness, that was a lot of damage. In the new spear, we got this guy, the incompetent sinner. Dash forward, propelling us some distance. Alright, so now we depart from here, and we've just got to make it to the, I said, you know what, we're just going to go down, probably against someone's better judgment. And we'll ride the elevator over to the other side and grab whatever is over there. Hopefully one of these things will give us some more furious blight. Because if not, then we're going to be in trouble of having to decide whether or not we upgrade Julius or Elaine. Alright, so now we've got to go through here. Probably just clearing out all of these guys is a good plan. It'll certainly make things easier if I fall into the water. And the experience is useful. Okay, so there is a blight piece there. And that's plenty of... aha, here we go. Amulet gem. Perfect. Alright, let's check the map real quick. Right, so we'll go here first. Now I am going to have to platform my brains out. I have a bunch of furious blight, not enough. Attack range is up, but whatever, we'll figure it out. Alright, so start from here, jump up, do the full combo. Oh shoot, almost. Alright, then we just climb back up and try again. Actually, can I use... I might be able to climb up from this side. A little easier. Alright, please bring me up on the correct side. Yes, alright. Please be Furious Blight, please be Furious Blight. Yes! Oh, that makes me so happy. Alright. Julius, Elaine, there we go. Alright, Sorry, Umbral Knight. Julius is back. Okay, so then we have one last location here, and then it is going to be on to the boss. I am glad that I did the little cut there, so that way it's not going to take absolutely forever for me to have found that little bit of stagnant blight. I think I need to climb the right-hand side wall. Is what I need to do. Alright. Here we go. You know what, we're just gonna have Elaine and the Western Merchant take care of these guys. And of course our good old headless bodyguard. Right here, up, almost. Alright, need to get full jump height. Jump up. There we go. Lots of ability spam, but now we're able to climb this, and that isn't where the ability. Whoops. Guess we're back down here. Alright. Well, I thought that's where the stuff was. Maybe it's the left wall? And maybe it's significantly easier than I had thought, but okay, so we can climb the gate. Almost. Okay, so it does not seem that I can climb that particular gate. So where, oh where, is the last collectible? This is... a little bit tough because Julius does not like to aim down. Well, we still got plenty of healing and plenty of spear hits to open up those birds. Okay, so if it's not there. Oh, I might as well fight the gargoyles and birds with Elaine. Because they're going to try and kill me anyway. Okay, it does not look like there's anything on that wall. So either there is a barrel that has something in it, or there is a hidden. There's something hidden up here on this side. It does not look like it. Alright. So after I make sure I'm not dying, I will pause again and make sure and check to see whether or not where the please aim down, somebody, where the last item I need is. So you guys will just have a quick pause and I'll be right back. Well, I found a little hidden passageway. The map that I was using, thankfully, was pretty good. So, here is a little bit of extra Furious Blight. And then this should be the full map completed minus the final. Alright, 100% map wait. Right, I need to go through not almost 100% map completion. Alright. This one is hopefully just going to be a nice, easy, jump up here. There we go. Extra stagnant blight. Yeah. Alright. Now we just go back, go grab our bench, and re-equip for the final fight. As I mentioned before, whether or not you have the aegis curio equipped is going to determine whether or not you get the good or bad ending. Now let's go for try for a little bit more damage. I don't think I need the mask in the final area specifically. Once I get everybody. Now, if I remember, in my first playthrough, I used the swordsman and not our good friend the Umbral Knight, rather than Julius. But for this, we've got to use Julius and Elaine. No questions asked. I don't know if our good dog is going to be able to help, but we will upgrade them and save. And right, I need to make sure anxiety. Alright, we're just gonna go for the true ending first, and then I will show off the other ending because it's still very good afterwards. Here we go. Hi, Freedia. Yeah, it wasn't pointless. And no, it's not too late. We're gonna save you. Yeah. Blight Lord, oh, those guys already spawned. Yeah, and they just continuously spit, ouch, the other enemies around, so it is incredibly important to be paying attention to all of this more than I am in terms of, okay, thank goodness they're down. Oh shoot, that's not good. Okay, phase transition. Why are there two? Come on, Julius. I'm so glad that I took the extra damage so that way I can just take those guys out with one super. Ouch. Yes, we are powering through deliberately and just kind of ignoring the Blight Lord and focusing on the other enemies, because thankfully the Blight Lord, at least right now, is not doing a ton of damage. Alright, phase transition. Alright, here we go. Thank you, gravity. Julius hit them with the laser. This is bad. Okay. That's bad because that one's just free. Yeah, because those guys deal a lot of damage. This is why I debated taking an aerial damage buff, because you do not want to stay on the ground very much for this particular fight. Please, dragon, help me. Why are there three? Stop spewing enemies. Please let me heal up to full. Okay. Phase 1 was never the problem. Alright. Aegis curio time. Let's go. Okay, phase 2. Yep, that is more reminiscent of a Metroidvania final boss. That's gonna be a bigger explosion, isn't it? Please kill both of those. Stop spawning enemies. Okay, so that didn't really work, but that's okay. Heal. Okay, we're gonna save this super for a moment. Alright, that enemy's dead. We're gonna try and super farm with Elaine and the Western Merchant. Um, what are you doing? Stop being dramatic. Please don't tell me that there is... What? I think I'm winning? Okay. I think I've just gotten a lot better at Metroidvanias and was very focused. But my goodness. It, even though it was not as difficult, that is still one of the most intimidating bosses. And I have had lots of strategy to make sure that those flying enemies that were spawned did not hinder me. And this is the cutscene that I was thinking of, like, all game. The tiny white priestesses that Faden and company made to try and absorb the blight out of Freedia, so that way she could continue to try and help everyone. But they didn't have the aegis curio, and yeah. It was to save the entire world, because my goodness, you had an entire Blight Lord stuck inside of you, Freedia. I'll probably do a lore video after this one, but, like, my theory is that the Reign of Death, which caused the corruption of everything, even the land, the neighboring kingdom, was caused by, like, just Freedia leaking blight. Yeah. As I think I said, Lily, as much as Freedia said, she is her own person, but she was made as a homunculi replica of Freedia in order to basically store excess blight. And now, Lily and friends can finally rest and leave as the reign of death. As the sun shines through, parting the clouds, as the reign of death on this land stops. You guys can go get the bad ending yourself. I love this game so much. It is absolutely wonderful and amazing, and I am so glad that I was able to share it. Thank you. If you've been here for the whole playthrough, thank you so much for sticking through. Just with how expressive Lily was as a protagonist, it was always just a huge she always just felt real, like, relatable. Like, I would not rather not be walking through all of this sludge. And even, like, with Freedia, just giving her a hug at the end, because poor Freedia, basically being a vessel for an entire country-wide plague, and just having to bear it all and suffer without any help. And like that's why they were all concerned for an heir, is not necessarily because Freedia was doing a bad job. It's because there's literally that much blight. Yeah, I'm just probably gonna do a lore video after this, like, and try and do like a spooky narration and bring in some Ender Magnolia stuff, because as much as Lily goes to has saved this region, there is definitely a lot more Reign of Death. And my one spoiler outside of that video is that Lily is alive, Lily is safe, Lily makes it through the second game and helps Lilac, the main protagonist, in a very important and big way. And you know it's Lily because she passes off the aegis curio. So yeah, that's my one spoiler about Ender Magnolia, is that Lily is safe. You run into her along the journey, and she helps Lilac out. So there's no off-screen death, and I don't know. My hope is, if the series continues, is that you get to choose who you play as for like the big final entry. But that's a theory for a very different day. And even though Lily is still suffering from blight, she still has the spirits of everyone inside and can keep going and live a happy life and help more and help more people. Thank you all so much for joining me. And then, just as a little showcase, you go here, you can get the Lost Heirloom, and the other final item is like how you look like as corrupted Lily, but now we can be all shiny priestess Lily, and the last item would be like the corrupted, like the blighted Lily item. And then that is, because as you have seen from like the map, that's everything, and those are the last items. And then you can run it back in New Game Plus, which I might do in a little bit. But for now, thank you all so much for joining me on like I said, the bad ending is just phase one of the Blight Lord. And without the Aegis Curio, Lily does not have as good of a time fighting off the Blight. But yeah, other than that, so you'll just play this game, play it for yourself, experience it, go find everything, and play Ender Magnolia, which I'll probably play relatively soon. But I think I've got a couple things in mind. But until then, thank you all so much for joining me. I've said it like so many times. I love this game. Despite all of just the pure suffering that's here. I don't know, I think I just grief is like a giant hole in your heart, and feeling like that you're by yourself, it sucks. And I think all of like the spirits, it's like loved ones coming along with you. Lily feels like she's by herself this entire game, even though I've been calling it Lily and Friends the whole time. And sometimes life, you just feel like you're by yourself, and it sucks. But at least there's hope for going forward. Yeah. Be well, take care, and hopefully I'll catch you in a later series. See ya.